Good morning, everyone. As we all know that maths plays an important role in our lives, but most of us hate this subject because of long and time-consuming questions. Today, I Manoj of class 9th I am here to acknowledge you all with a short trick that will help you solve quadratic equations quickly, effectively, and easily. So let's get started. Usually, while solving quadratic equations, we split the middle term and then find the common factors. But this seems quite boring and slow moving too. Now, let's try to do the same with the Vedic maths. We have to think out two numbers whose algebraic total is the middle coefficient and whose product is absolute terms. This is the same step we usually follow. Middle term is split into two parts that the ratio of the first coefficient to the first part of the middle term gives us a and b, and thus the factor will be ax plus b. Second factor is obtained by dividing the first coefficient of the quadratic by the first coefficient of the factor already formed, and the last coefficient of the quadratic by the last coefficient of that factors. Now let's try to understand with an example. We have 2x square plus 5x plus 2. After splitting the middle term, we have got 2x square plus 1x plus 4x plus 2. Now we need to find the ratio of the first coefficient, that's 2, to the first part of the middle coefficient, that's 1. And finally the ratio is 2:1 and the factor will be 2x plus 1. Now we need to divide the first coefficient of the quadratic by the first coefficient of the factor formed. That's 2x square by 2x, which gives us x. And the second coefficient is formed by dividing the last coefficient of the quadratic by the last coefficient of the factor, which is 2 by 1, which gives us 2. And hence the factors of 2x square plus 5x plus 2 are 2x plus 1 and x plus 2. Now let's have a look on few more examples. Example number 1, 2x square plus 5x minus 3. After splitting the middle term, we have finally got 2x square plus 6x minus 1x minus 3, and the ratio of 2 and 6 is 1:3, and therefore the first factor will be x plus 3. First coefficient of the second factor is obtained by dividing 2x square by x, which gives us 2x, and the second coefficient of the second factor is minus 3 by 3, which gives us minus 1, and therefore the factors of 2x square plus 5x minus 3 will be x plus 3 and 2x minus 1. Here we have example 2, 2x square plus 7x plus 5. After splitting the middle term, we have got 2x square plus 5x plus 2x plus 5, and the ratio will be 2:5, and therefore the first factor is 2x plus 5. Now the first coefficient of second factor is obtained by dividing 2x square by 2x, which gives us x, and second coefficient of the second factor is obtained by dividing 5 by 5, which gives us 1, and therefore factors of 2x square plus 7x plus 5 are 2x plus 5 and x plus 1. Here are a few more questions you can practice. So that was all for the day. Hope you found it interesting and helpful.